Passed on the S&P 500, confidence 68, standing aside. A grade, the New York AM session reversal short. Sell the premium retrace into the 20-0 order block. Nearest unmitigated bearish supply above the swept NYO high 7,545.5. Reversing the double session high raid, ASIAM and London both swept, both targeting their lows back toward the open weekly draw at prior week low 7,004.723. Higher time frame short bias is unanimous across weekly/daily session, grade A. Bearish smart money technique at the swept extreme confirms. Displacement is in. News is clear. CAD CPI already passed. Only a low tier US print in 85 near. Mystic C. Wake coalesced. Mystic B. Wake coalesced. The NASDAQ, execution selected. Skip the NASDAQ. Edgegate. Gold stale, wake revalidated. Passed on the NASDAQ, confidence 60, standing aside. Clean A-grade short reversal spine, higher time frame short, weekly plus daily plus session, the New York AM session primary kill zone, session high sweep and displacement and aligned bearish smart money technique, discount weekly draw open. Prior week low 56.4%, 5-5 checklist. I am overriding the scorecard's best order block, the 9-5 block. It ranked breath 0. Sits 1,900 points above price at 30,936 and is not executable. The actionable premium short is the 17-0 order block. 29,186.75, 29,220, whose high is pinned to the unhit prior day high 29,220 bias -1, 72% success. Price draws UP to tag that buy side, then reverses toward the session lows. Ethereum, wake coalesced. Passed on gold, confidence 22, standing aside. New overtrade. The scorecard reads 5-5, but the executable trade doesn't exist. Three hard problems. 1. PCC zone, preferred side is short, yet price at 4,016.9 is in decount. PD Zuja store dash tat, PD Zuja store dash PD Zuja for the both discount. Sales stale wake revalidated. Bitcoin, stale wake revalidated. Passed on SL, confidence 28, standing aside. Stand aside. The the mandatory element fails, displacement is false, checklist 4.5 grade C, there is no confirmed session structure shift with fair value gap breaking down from the swept highs, so sweep to displace to retrace to enter is stuck at stage 2. The only ranked PD array on the short side is the 11.5 order block up at 59.85, 2.72 points above price, and formed back on 14 Joras, a stale distant block that does not encode today's displacement. Entering it would require a 2.7 point rally into premium on a setup that hasn't proven itself. Crude oil, stale wake revalidated. Passed on Bitcoin, confidence 22, standing aside. The narrative is clean short, higher time frame weekly short, premium PSD, high sweep with confirming bearish smart money technique, reversal day type drawing to prior week low 61,745. But there is no executable entry on that side. Every order block in the book is bullish/demand, bearish order block count equals 0. So the scorecard's best pick, the 1030 order block, is a long demand block, 1,049 this or 490 points below price. That points against the short thesis and would be a forbidden counter higher time frame, long and premium. With no bearish order block to anchor the retrace and enter, stage 4 has no valid PD array on the required side. RB, wake, coalesced. Miss 60, wake, coalesced. Miss 60, wake, coalesced. Crude oil, execution selected. Skipped crude oil, edge gate. Passed on crude oil, confidence 55, standing aside. Mechanically, the X scorecard is 558+. Killzone, London low sweep, displacement, bullish smart money technique, and a ranked bullish PD array all met, session eligible true, preferred side long. The 740 order block 79.55, 79.95, fair value gap 79.95, 80.23 is the best PD array, a clean demand block encoding the displacement off the sweep, and the London sweep and bullish smart money technique reversal to stacked highs is my proven plus 1.71 R pattern on this instrument. I'm tempering confidence to 55, not inflating, because the real cautions are, the prior week high updraw is already spent. Weekly draw flipped to prior week low. The weekly posterior leads Thursday bearish 91%. It's a Monday early manipulation stage, tier low, no condition window. Price is at equilibrium rather than clean discount, and every Miss 60, stale wake revalidated. The S&P 500, wake coalesced. Passed on Miss 60, confidence 34, standing aside. Standing aside despite the A+ headline grade, the mandatory displacement element is missing, scorecard 4-5. Gates. has displacement equal false. Per the algorithm, the structure shift confirmation isn't in yet, so the sweep plus smart money technique hasn't been ratified by a close break fair value gap on the long side. Timing compounds it. It's Monday, early stage, weekly conviction tier, Lewis, with conviction window, all false. Early week, wait for the expansion leg, and weekly narrowing expects the working weekly low to form Tuesday. London dash the working weekly low to form Tuesday. London dash the New York AM session. Judas. Extreme confirmed A calls false, so the manipulation low that a real reversal long should buy from is likely not. Mystic Speed, stale wake revalidated. Ethereum, stale wake revalidated. Passed on Mystic Speed, confidence 32, standing aside. Broker start. Broker exec broker. Broker logout J2 Tongue 8C7 W. Broker logout Adrem Q7 user. Broker done. Broker logout GDK key 4. Passed on the S&P 500, confidence 34, standing aside. The narrative is clean and one-directional short, weekly/daily session bias, all short grade A. Bearish smart money technique at the 7545.5 sweep, reversal date type drawing to prior week low 7,473. Commitment of traders and summer seasonal both bearish. The problem is anti-geometry, not direction. Price is 7,527.5, sitting essentially at NYO equilibrium. 7,518. In a discount to eek zone relative to the day range, with the draw already 42.54 point below at 7,4723. Stepping up to the daily on the S&P 500, where price sits against the prior day and prior week highs and lows, is the higher time frame story. The NASDAQ, execution selected. Skip the NASDAQ, edge gate. Passed on the NASDAQ, confidence 68, standing aside. Clean A-grade reversal, short, 5-5 ICT checklist, kill zone, high sweep, displacement, IPDA, smart money technique, with higher time frame, daily and session bias, all short, and the weekly draw to prior week low open at 56.4%. The scorecard's top-ranked order block is 1,900 points above price and unusable, so I anchor to the nearest actionable supply, the 17-0 order block at 29,186.75, 29,186.75, 29,220, which sits exactly on the untouched prior day high, 29,220. Selling the mean threshold of that block fades the session high sweep with a bearish MNQ/MES smart money technique at the 29,110.5 high, expanding down through the untaken Asia-London lows toward the prior week low prior day low draw at 28,408.25 for a well beyond -2R move. Miss 6E, wait coalesced. SIL, stale wake revalidated. Passed on gold, confidence 22, standing aside. Stand aside. 3 herd problems override the 5-5 checklist. HAM1. Premium/discount price at 4013.2 is already in dice count. Below NYO EQ 40,026.1. Below the draw frame midpoint, ICT only shorts from premium. So selling here is selling low into a draw that is already half spent, with the prior week low only 50 points away. Bitcoin, wait coalesced. Ethereum, wait coalesced. RB, wait coalesced. Bitcoin, stale wake revalidated. Passed on SIL, confidence 22, standing aside. No trade. The mandatory element is missing. Displacement equals false. Checklist 4.5, grade C. An order block encodes the confirmed close break and fair value gap that is the structure shift. Without it, there is no proof the reversal leg down has begun, only a swept high sitting flat. Miss 6B, weight coalesced. Ethereum stale wake revalidated. Passed on Bitcoin, confidence 30, standing aside. The scorecard prints 5.5, but only grade C, and the underlying read does not support an A+ take. This is a short-only day by higher time frame, weekly, sure, premium, draw prior week low open. So every bullish order block on the board, all 9 non-spent order blocks are bullish. Best is the 1030 order block is on the wrong side for the preferred short. There is no bearish supply order block to anchor a short entry against. Setup.pdarray.best is a demand block for a long, which directly violates the short narrative and the premium Pia real realm. Only short and premium. RB, stale wake revalidated. Passed on Ethereum, confidence 18, standing aside. Irreconcilable top-down conflict. Stage C0, HTHD air is long. Preferred side long, draw prior week high 1,950 open, yet PCZUN is premium. Hard ICT forbids longing premium, so the only rule legal direction here is short, which is against the higher time frame anchor. That contradiction alone is a stand aside. Passed on RB, confidence 24, standing aside. No trade. The mechanical scorecard grades this 5.5 A+ long, but the read is internally contradictory. Preferred side is long yet. Price sits in premium. 3.2096 versus NYOEQ 3.192. ICT forbids longs in premium. The draw on liquidity has flipped down to prior week low, 2.843. After prior day high, prior week high were taken yesterday, so the honest higher time frame pull is down, and weekly narrowing leads Thursday bearish reversal at 95% with a weekly expansion already spent. Mystique's stale wake revalidated. Miss 6B, stale wake revalidated. Passed on Miss 6E, confidence 42, standing aside. Sweep to displace. To retrace to enter is incomplete. Sweep London/Asia, lows taken, and smart money technique. Bullish divergence at 1.1443. And discount and higher time frame long and the New York AM session reversal all validate 4.5. But displacement, the mandatory structure shift out of the sweep, has not confirmed. Scorecard displacement equal false, gate. Without the displacement leg, there is no confirmed reversal to retrace into. The only demand block below, the 740 order block and the deeper 7.5 block, has not yet been validated by an expansion move off the low. Confluence agrees this is early. Weekly conviction says aligned long with Monix low, but early week, wait for the expansion leg, conviction window at false. And weekly narrowing expects the working weekly low to form Tuesday, London / the New York H Blum, session, Judas, extreme confirmed X Blum false, so the manipulation low may not even be in yet. Passed on Miss XB, confidence 40, standing aside. Reversal long is the right story, but it is not yet a valid trigger. 2 mandatory hard gates fail. One. Displacement is absent. Scorecard is 4-5 with displacement the miss. Without a confirmed displacement leg and fair value gap off the swept low, there is no structure shift to anchor along, and ICT forbids entering the retrace before the break. The S&P 500 weight coalesced. Crude oil execution selected. Skipped crude oil edge gate. The S&P 500 stale wake revalidated. Passed on crude oil, confidence 61, standing aside. Ix scorecard is 5-5A plus kill zone, the New York AM session, sell side sweep of the session low at 79.55, up displacement, mandatory bullish smart money technique versus RB, and a ranked demand PD array, the 740 order block, score 67, fair value gap act, in discount below EQEC. Side matches preferred side long and the entry sits in discount. The honest caveat holding confidence in the low -60s, price has already reclaimed 2+ points off the low-backed equilibrium, so the clean displacement leg is spent, and this is a patient pending retrace into the 740 block's fair value gap. It may simply run to the high without filling. HAP. No loss rather than paying. The NASDAQ weight coalesced. Gold weight coalesced. Still weight coalesced. The S&P 500 execution selected. Skipped the S&P 500 edge gate. Passed on the S&P 500, confidence 70 standing aside. Clean the New York AM session reversal, short higher time frame is A-grade short with daily's weekly session all a grain, and the reversal model is the only executable one and it is AMAL. Both session highs plus the 7,545.5 NLU high were swept and reversed with displacement. Correlated bearish smart money technique prints at that swept extreme, and the weekly drawn prior week low 7,040.33 is still open, 5-5 checklist. I anchor to the 20-0 order block, bearish supply at 7,551, 7,556, just above the swept NYO high. A premium retest that lets price reverse down toward the session lows and the 7,473 draw for a clean multi-arm move. I override the scorecard's ranked best pick because that is a bullish demand block below price and cannot serve as short. The NASDAQ stale wake revalidated. The NASDAQ execution selected. Skip the NASDAQ edge gate. Passed on the NASDAQ, confidence 70, standing aside. Full ICT pipeline validates 5-5, grade A higher timeframe short in premium, reversal day type OM. the New York AM session kill zone, session high sweep with displacement, and aligned bearish smart money technique. The draw is prior week low below, but prior day high 29,220 is the unhit sell side pool, likely rated first, so I anchor the entry to the 17-0 order block. 29,186.75, 29,220. The bearish order block sitting right at prior day high with its own fair value gap. That is the textbook spot to sell the prior day high Judas rate back toward the NYO low and onto the weekly prior week low draw. Gold stale wake revalidated. Passed on gold, confidence 28 standing side. Checklist reads 5-5 mechanically, but the top-down read does not support a take. Fatal problem number 1, premium/discount at 4015.8 price sits DRW, the NYO equilibrium, 4026.15 and below the weekly midpoint, 4038. This is die count. ICT only sells from premium. Shorting here is selling the low into the draw, i.e. SIL, stale wake revalidated. Passed on SL, confidence 22, standing aside. Displacement is mandatory and it is false. Gates dot has displacement equal false. Checklist 4-5 miss equals displacement. An order block encodes the structure shift, and no valid short order block is engaged. The best supply block is the 11-5 order block is engaged. The best supply block is the 11-5 order block up at 59.6, 560.056 TARV. 55 ticks above price, so taking short here means chasing a mid-range 57.08. Grade is C, below the A gate. The read is also internally conflicted, weekly short versus daily profile, Val 1, weekly conviction counter, note flags it, and PD zone resolves to discount while the only executable side is short. You do not short a discount into an open prior week low draw without a premium retrace and displacement first. Mystic C, wake coalesced. Bitcoin, wake coalesced. Ethereum, wake coalesced. Crude oil, execution selected. Skipped crude oil, edge gate. Passed on crude oil, confidence 65, standing aside. Scorecard is 5-5A plus, kill zone and sweep, low. And displacement and bullish smart money technique and PD array all met, gates all pass. Session eligible the New York AM session. Discount preferred side long. The setup is a clean session liquidity reversal. London swept its low with a recent bullish smart money technique versus RB. And displaced up, printing the 740 demand order block. Best ranked PD array, score 66, with fair value gap, as the structure shift confirmation. Mystic C, stale wake revalidated. RB, wake coalesced. Mystic C, wake coalesced. Bitcoin, stale wake revalidated. Passed on Mystic C, confidence 26, standing aside. Walking the pipeline top-down 4 or 5 ICT elements validate the New York AM session kill zone. Higher time frame long and discount, a London session low sweep, and aligned recent smart money technique, but the one mandatory piece that gates the entry is missing. Displacement is false. Gates to Tasha Peters. Missing displacement is false. Checklist 4-5 miss equals displacement. Without a confirmed bullish displacement leg / close break, there is no structure shift, so the demand blocks below price, the 7-5 bullish order block at 1.1434, 1.1439, the 8-5 block, are unconfirmed. I have no valid long entry order block encoding displacement, and I cannot short a bearish block like the 630 supply, because that is against higher. Timing context compounds the caution. It's Monday, manipulation day, weekly conviction tier, LO, conviction window if false, note, early week, wait for the expansion leg, and weekly narrowing expects the working weekly low to form Tuesday, London, the New York A-Vein, expects the working weekly low to form Tuesday, London, the New York AM session. Judas with extreme confirmed if false, the up expansion leg likely isn't live yet. Passed on Bitcoin, confidence 22, standing aside. The top-down read points short, weekly 120 DX South, Miniaf, Demareka Provenese 1, preferred side short, premium PLDX reversal day type, prior week low draw open 57.7%, bearish smart money technique at the swept prior day high, THU under 6-pointer, but there is no executable PD array for it. Every one of the 9 non-spent order blocks is a bullish demand block sitting DR price. The nearest, the 455 block, is minus 467 away. The highest scored are the 1030 and 835 demand blocks. There is no unmitigated supply resistance order block above price and premium to anchor a short entry. The only bearish order block, 65,225, is partially mitigated and off the tradable list. Ethereum, stale wake revalidated. RB, stale wake revalidated. Passed on Ethereum, confidence 18, standing aside. Hard ICT PP drill blocks this. Price is in premium, so only shorts are valid. Yet the only executable model, reversal, DIR +1, is long toward prior week high. The clean P adjust. Best is the 655 bearish order block, a short, but a short here is a continuation of the daily session down draw toward prior day low, and continuation is off. So the model that's ON, reversal long, is illegal in premium, and the trade the structure actually offers. Short continuation is a disabled model that also fights the weekly long anchor. RB, execution selected. Skipped RB, edge gate. Passed on RB, confidence 62, standing aside. The mechanical scorecard is clean 55A+. The New York AM session kill zone, session low sweep to 3.142. Bullish smart money technique. At ATU, 500-259. At that low displacement and a valid demand PD array, The 735 order block, best ranked, score 63.79, fresh, fair value gap backed, nearest to price at minus 0.04. Side must be long, preferred side long, HTA deer +1. And the entry sits in NYO discount off the reversal low. I'm taking the 735 order block long via its fair value gap mid with stop at the far order block edge, drawing back up toward the London NYO high, 3.2424, with prior day high prior week high, 3.226. As the intermediate objective for a clean 2R. Miss 6B, stale wake revalidated. Passed on Miss 6B, confidence 42, standing aside. Bias is genuinely A+ long, but the mandatory ICT element is missing. Displacement has not confirmed scorecard 4-5. Miss equals displacement, with no confirmed close break / structure shift. The reversal off the London low is unconfirmed and I will not front run it. Compounding this, the ranked PD array is wrong-sided for the trade I'd want. The top demand-side arrays are the 7-0 and 6-30 bearish order blocks, supply above price, short entries, while the only near demand for a long is the stale 8-0 bullish order block, 1.34341.3427, formed 7-17, score 50, no A-grade discount order block, to anchor the long 40.4427, formed 7-17, score 50, no A-grade discount order block, to anchor the long. Timing also argues restraint. It's Monday. Weekly conviction flags. Conviction window out false / right day out false. Early week, wait for the expansion leg. And weekly narrowing puts the working weekly when narrowing puts the working weekly when narrowing puts the working weekly low as still unconfirmed with the expected pivot. Top stay. London / the New York AM session. Judas. Passed on crude oil, confidence 34, standing aside. No A+ trade here. The scorecard grades this 5-5 A+ long reversal, but the pieces don't cohere into an executable setup. Direction? Confly HT, the reversal day type point short, DER -1, target the flipped prior week low 71.98, yet preferred side as long in every bias TF is +1. The mechanical read wants me long but calls it a reversal, which is really a with trend continuation of the London low sweep toward 84.20. The NASDAQ, we coalesced. Gold, weight coalesced. SIL, weight coalesced. The S&P 500, execution selected. Skip the S&P 500, edge gate. The NASDAQ, stale wake revalidated. Passed on the S&P 500, confidence 70, standing aside. A-grade top-down short reversal. Narrative, higher time frame short, weekly anchor, daily plus session agree, draw to prior week low 7,04723 open at 59.4%. Stage 1 day type is reversal, executable ON. The NASDAQ, execution selected. Skip the NASDAQ, edge gate. Gold, stale wake revalidated. Passed on the NASDAQ, confidence 58, standing aside. Higher time frame is unambiguously short, weekly plus daily plus session, grade A, with a weekly draw to prior week low open, reversal model on, and the New York AM session primary kill zone active, 5-5 Colster checklist. Structure New York Asia/London swept their highs and reversed, so the only live session liquidity reversal is the short back toward the discount draw. I am overriding the scorecard's mechanical best pick, the 9-5 order block sitting 1,900 points away, unusable in favor of the 17-0 order block, the nearest premium supply anchored on the unhit prior day high, 29,002.20, bias -1. Passed on gold, confidence 20, standing aside. Mandatory elements tick mechanically, 5-5, kill zone, sweep, displacement, but the actual entry structure is broken. Every supply resistance order block sits far above price. The scorecard's best is the 1055 order block at 4,269.75, 257 points, 50 plus average true range, away, a stale Juneminis 18 artifact. Even the nearest supply, the 1425 order block near 4776, is 67 points overhead and unreachable this session. 67 points overhead and unreachable this session. There's no proximate PDA rate to anchor a short. SIL, stale wake revalidated. Passed on SL, confidence 22, standing aside. No A+ reversal here. Top-down weekly is USHHR toward prior week low 55.00, and the day type is reversal, so the directional lean is short, but the mandatory elements do not stack. One. Displacement is falsy in the scorecard. Checklist 4-5, the miss is displacement. No confirmed structure shift toward the downside from here. Miss 60, wake coalesced. The S&P 500, wake coalesced. Crude oil, execution selected. Skipped crude oil, edge gate. Miss 60, stale wake revalidated. Passed on crude oil, confidence 66, standing aside. Scorecard is a clean 5-5 A+, the New York AM session kill zone, sell side sweep of the London low. Bullish smart money technique versus RB. At the extreme, displacement up and a rank demand PDA, all mandatory ICT elements validate, and side is forced long, EDFDR +1, discount zone. I anchor to the 740 order block, 79.55, 79.95. The demand that formed on the post-sweep displacement, best ranked at score 66 with an fair value gap at 79.95, 80.23. Bitcoin, wake coalesced. Ethereum, wake coalesced. RB, wake coalesced. Miss 6B, wake coalesced. Passed on Miss 6, confidence 38, standing aside. Stand aside. The narrative is clean, higher timeframe WON, discount the New York AM session primary, sell side swept at the NYO's London low with an aligned bullish smart money technique, a 4-5A plus scaffold. But the one mandatory element still missing is displacement. Gates has displacement equal false. Price is sitting right on the swept low. 71.1444 with no confirmed close break bullish order block firing yet. The S&P 500 stale wake revalidated. The S&P 500 execution selected. Skipped the S&P 500 edge gate. Bitcoin, stale wake, revalidated. Passed on the S&P 500, confidence 63, standing aside. Clean ICT reversal short. Sweep ASA/London. NYO highs into 7,545.5 to displace down to retrace into supply to enter. Targeting the open prior week low prior day, low 7,473 draw. Scorecard 5-5, grade A gates all pass, reversal model ON. I anchor entry to the 20-0 order block, nearest unmitigated bearish order block at 7,551.25, 7,556.25, sitting just above the 7,545.5 sweep. So a resweep retrace fills the short and premium before the down expansion. Deeper supply at the 17.0 and 13.20 blocks backs it if price runs further. Passed on Bitcoin, confidence 28, standing aside. Standing aside. The narrative is short, premium, reversal, draw to prior week low, and the sweep and bearish smart money technique validate, but the entry stage fails. Every one of the 9 live order blocks is a bullish demand block sitting BIR price. There is not a single supply resistance order block in premium, above 64,7775 to anchor a short from. The scorecards chosen best is the 1030 order block, a demand block 1,490 points below current price. Entering short off a demand block in discount is the wrong side of the PD array for this trade and would be chasing far below the sweep. Ethereum stale wake revalidated. RB stale wake revalidated. Passed on Ethereum, confidence 22, standing aside. No trade. The scorecard grades this C, and the 2 hard ICT rules cancel every candidate. Rule 1. Never against HTF there. HTF there is weekly long, draw prior week, high 1,095 open. So the live London reversal short toward to 1,843.5, although backed by bearish smart money technique at the 1,898 sweep, daily session bias and commitment of traders sell as ES is a counter trend move, and the continuation model is off. Crude oil, weight coalesced. The NASDAQ, we coalesced. Gold, wake coalesced. CL, wake coalesced. Miss XB, wake coalesced. RB, execution selected. Skipped RB, edge gate. Passed on RB, confidence 63, standing aside. Clean the New York AM session, primary kill zone. Session liquidity reversal long. The low at 3.142 was swept, price displaced up, bullish smart money technique versus MCL confirms at the swept low, and the 735 order block, fresh with fair value gap top ring demand, is the retrace entry, 5-5 ICT checklist, A+. Side matches preferred side ACA long and the intraday discount, below NYO EQ 3.192. Enter on a retrace into the mean threshold of the 735 order block, stop below its low, drawing back up toward overhead session liquidity. Prior day high 3.269 UL, high 3.24242 for a clean multi-R move. Miss 6B, stale wake revalidated. Passed on Miss 6B, confidence 0, standing side. Top down the bias is clean A+ long, weekly to profile all +1, draw prior week high open 73.1%, but the ICT algorithm is not complete for an executable entry. Stage 3 fails. The mandatory New York session liquidity sweep in reverse has not occurred. The sweep flag is London's low raid, and displacement is explicitly false. Scorecard 4-5, miss equals displacement. Without a confirmed New York sweep and displacement close break, there is no reversal structure to enter. Crude oil. Stale wake revalidated. Crude oil, execution selected. Skipped crude oil, edge gate. Passed on crude oil, confidence 63, standing aside. Clean A+ session liquidity reversal. London rated its low bullish smart money technique versus RB. Confirmed at the sweep, displacement up, and the 740 order block. 79.55, 79.95 with its fair value gap. Is the demand PD array to buy-in discount during the New York AM session kill zone. 5-5 chef cost exactly the operator's proven MCL order block NIBASEs. AH, prior plus 1.71R. I anchor the long to the 740 order block's fair value gap edge with the stop at its far side. The NASDAQ, stale wake revalidated. The NASDAQ, execution selected. Skip the NASDAQ, edge gate. Pass on the NASDAQ, confidence 70, standing aside. Full ICT stack validates of the New York AM session reversal short, higher time frame short A. Reversal model OM, sweep of the session NYO high, mandatory bearish, smart money technique at that swept high, displacement present, kill zone timing, news clear, scorecard 5-5. Entry is anchored to the nearest actionable premium supply, the 17-0 order block at 29,186 minus 29,220, sitting right on unhit, prior day high, 29,220. I deliberately override the scorecard's score ranked best, the 9-5 block 1,900 peats away, unreachable as an entry, in favor of this proximate prior day high block, where a retrace tags premium supply and prior day. Cautions I'm pricing in, the Mononalask low weekly profile and 6M up to 12M commitment of traders commercials both lean bullish. Counter, and its early week Monday, low weekly profile conviction. Hence confidence held to 70 rather than higher despite the grade. Gold, stale wake revalidated. Passed on gold, confidence 22 standing aside. No A+ setup. Trinium/Count Veto, price 4014.6 is below NYOEQ 40,026. In discount, ICT only shorts from premium, so a fresh higher time frame short entry here is invalid. Two. Entry quality is disqualifying. The ranked short PDRAs are all stale and 172.75 points overhead. Best is the 1055 bearish order block at 4,265 plus 255 points. None is a real intraday short entry near price. There is no clean supply to sell from at current level. SIO, stale wake revalidated. Miss-60, wake coalesced. The S&P 500, wake coalesced. Passed on SO, confidence 22 standing aside. Mandatory displacement is missing. Checklist 4-5, grade C, no confirmed close break fair value gap structure shift to sell into. On top of that, the only permissible direction, short, with higher time frame, would be entered in discount, violating the selling premium rule, and the best bearish order block, the 11-5 order block at 59.6560.05, is 2.81 points overhead with no near price anchor. Recent smart money technique at the swept low is bullish leaning, not bearish. Miss-60, stale wake revalidated. Bitcoin, wake coalesced. Ethereum, wake coalesced. RB, wake coalesced. Passed on Miss-60, confidence 34, standing aside. Four of the 5 mandatory elements validate: kill zone, low sweep, bullish smart money technique, discount PD array. But the one that gates entry is missing. Displacement is false. No confirmed close break structure shift off this sweep yet, so there is no fresh demand order block encoding the reversal. The only bullish blocks are the 7-5 and 8-5 demand order blocks formed before this raid, not a post-sweep shift. Entering now is anticipating the leg, not trading a confirmed one. Timing profile agree. It is Monday early week. MON ULO 6 low is a 0.3% profile. IP weekly narrowing expects the real weekly low Tuesday, London/the New York AM session Judas, and weekly conviction says conviction window false, tier low, wait for the expansion leg. A Miss-60 long already stopped out today, minus 0.74R, and the lesson log warns against stacking. The S&P 500, stale wake revalidated. Mizixby, wake coalesced. The S&P 500 execution selected. Skip the S&P 500, edge gate. Passed on the S&P 500, confidence 70, standing aside. Clean A grade, the New York AM session reversal short. 5-5 checklist, kill zone, high sweep, displacement, bearish smart money technique, PD array. The scorecard's best PD array is a bullish order block 130 plus points away, wrong side for this narrative, so I take the nearest bearish array above price instead, the 20-0 order block, 7,551, 22.5, 7,556.25, which caps the swept in YO session high 7,545.5. Shorting from that premium supply, a resweep and reject a buy side, back toward the prior week low, prior day, low 7,472.73 draw is a coherent top-down read. Sell premium to target discount. Bitcoin, stale wake revalidated. Bitcoin execution selected. Skip to Bitcoin, edge gate. Ethereum, stale wake revalidated. Passed on Bitcoin, confidence 57, standing aside. Top-down stage 0 narrative is higher time frame short, weekly anchor. Premium PSD zone, draw open to prior week low 61,745, only shorts permitted and prices in premium, so the short is on the right side. Stage 1 day type is reversal, executable /on. Stage 2 timing is the New York AM session, primary kill zone session eligible. Passed on Ethereum, confidence 18, standing aside. No A+ trade. The pipeline is internally contradictory. Narrative preferred side is long toward prior week high, but price is in premium. At Churro, EBU AQ 1008 7005. ICT forbids longing at premium, and the only ranked PD arrays are bearish order blocks above price, the 655 and 75 supply blocks. A short off those blocks has real confluence, London high sweep and reversal to 1,08043.5, bearish smart money technique at 1,08090.98, daily session bias short, commitment of trader SLL, but it runs directly against the weekly long HEP Rex SLL, but it runs directly against the weekly long HEP Reich Mids IR timeframe violation, and the whole read grades only see below the A gate. RB, stale wake revalidated. RB, execution selected. Skipped RB, edge gate. Passed on RB, confidence 68, standing aside. ICT scorecard is 5-5A+, the New York AM session kill zone. Sell side sweep. Session low swept at 3.142. Displacement confirmed, bullish smart money technique versus crude align / recent, and a fresh demand order block, the 735 order block. 3.145, 3.1544. With an internal fair value gap as the highest ranked PD array scores 62.9. Price has rallied 3 ticks above it, so this is a retraced order block long back into the discount leg toward the NYO EQ and the buy-side liquidity above. This mirrors the operator's demonstrated edge exactly, RB. Miss 6B, stale wake revalidated. Crude oil, wake coalesced. The NASDAQ, wake coalesced. Gold, wake coalesced. Still, wake coalesced. Passed on Miss 6B, confidence 34, standing aside. Four or five ICT elements validate, killzone, low sweep, smart money technique, PD array. But the one mandatory element that confirms the structure shift displacement is absent. Gates.has displacement false, so there is no confirmed close break to anchor a reversal long. Price sits at equilibrium, PD zone EQ, not discount, so a long here is not in an ICT approved buy location. Timing compounds the caution. It is Monday, the manipulation day, MONIC all ZU, prob 0.3%. Weekly conviction is early week with conviction window false, and note, wait for the expansion leg. And weekly narrowing expects the working weekly low to form Tuesday, London/the New York AM session. Judas, extreme confirmed false. The up expansion leg is likely not. Crude oil, stale wake revalidated. Crude oil executions selected. Skipped crude oil, edge gate. Passed on crude oil, confidence 72 standing aside. Full 5-5 A+ scorecard, the New York AM session killzone, London low sweep, displacement up, bullish RB smart money technique at the low, and a ranked bullish demand array, the 740 order block. 79.5, 79.95, with its fair value gap at 79.95, 80.23. Side matches preferred side, long, and price sits in discount, so the ICT rules are satisfied. I'm anchoring to the 740 order block, but entering at the fair value gap edge, 80.23. Rather than a deep order block body, price has already reclaimed 1.4Fs above the swatch low, and my own lesson, fair value gap bullish, plus 1.2R, warns a depending retrace risks cancellation, and forfeits the run. The shallower fair value gap fill keeps the fill. The NASDAQ stale wake revalidated. Passed on the NASDAQ, confidence 26, standing aside. Passing this one. The higher time frame spine is genuinely short, grade A reversal. Draw to prior week low open, and the session high sweeps are real, but the intraday trigger is not A+. Three things gated. 1. The mandatory confirming smart money technique is counter. The freshest divergence is bullish. The aligned bearish red is a week old, so the correlated pair is not confirming a high failure here. 2. It is Monday, and ICT manipulation's low conviction day. Weekly conviction tier is low, with conviction window false and a profile. Gold stale wake revalidated. Sill, stale wake revalidated. Passed on gold, confidence 28, standing aside. No trade. The short thesis is directionally coherent, weekly and New York session short, seasonally bearish, sweep plus displacement confirmed, but this is a grade C setup that fails A+ selectivity on 3 counts. The Han no anchored entry, there is no near price supply order block. Passed on SIL confidence 22, standing aside. Standing aside, this fails the mandatory ICT elements. Displacement is absent. Checklist 4-5, the miss is displacement. Gates test displacement equals false, so the sweep to reversal has no confirmed structure shift and no fresh on-session order block to anchor. The only ranked demand supply for the short is the 11.5 bearish order block up at 59.65, 60.05, 6-day stale and 2.69 points. At 1.75 average true range above price, not a live current session entry. Miss 60, stale wake revalidated. The S&P 500 wake coalesced. The S&P 500 stale wake revalidated. Passed on miss 60, confidence 32, standing aside. Right direction, wrong moment, stand aside. 3 mandatory gates fail for a clean long. Disremolzik. 1 hem. Displace a missing. X scorecard displacement AX4 false. 4-5 checklist with displacement the explicit miss. An order block encodes the structure shift, and no valid bullish displacement leg off this low is confirmed. Bitcoin, wake coalesced. Ethereum, wake coalesced. RB, wake coalesced. Passed on the S&P 500, confidence 22, standing aside. Stand aside. The higher timeframe picture is a genuine E-grade short, weekly decession all bearish premium zone prior week low draw open, but 3 mandatory ICT elements fail to line up at the moment of decision. 1. The required bearish correlated pair smart money technique at the swept high is absent. The recent divergences are actually bullish at the lows. A high-scoring, higher timeframe bias with a missing smart money technique trigger and a contradictory PD array is exactly the setup to skip. 0 trades is the correct outcome here. Bitcoin stale wake revalidated. Miss 6B, wake coalesced. Passed on Bitcoin, confidence 30, standing aside. The reversal short narrative is directionally coherent, higher timeframe weekly short, premium, London high swept with bearish smart money technique into the New York AM session, draw open to prior week low, but it does not clear the A+ bar, and 1 element is disqualifying at the entry stage. First, confluence is only grade C, daily bias and the Monday weekly profile both point long against the weekly short, weekly conviction counter equal true, conviction window L false, tier acts low, and it is a Monday manipulation day where ICT says lean aside. Second and decisive. There is no bearish order block on the correct side of price to anchor a short. Ethereum, stale wake revalidated. Passed on Ethereum, confidence 22, standing aside. Both directions break a hard ICT rule here. The executable reversal reads Shield Re Thatch London rated its high at 1,008,988 and rolled over toward the 1,843.5 low, aligned with premium P/D, the daily bias, and the New York session bias, but weekly HTHDR is long. Draw to prior week high 1,00956 still open, so a short trades directly against higher time frame, which the mandate forbids. Along is the with higher time frame direction, yet price is in premium above the NYL equilibrium, and the only nearby PD arrays are bearish supply blocks, the 655 and 75 order blocks. There is no clean discount long entry, and buying into premium understacked unmitigated bearish order blocks is not an A+ read. RB, stale wake revalidated. RB, execution selected. Skipped RB, edgegate. Passed on RB, confidence 70, standing aside. Walking the pipeline, narrative, higher timeframe long, A+, weekly anchored fully stacked. The prior week high draw is already taken, so the higher timeframe draw flipped to prior week low. But the live intraday sweep is of the low, so the executable structure is a bullish session liquidity reversal off discountances, a liquidity reversal off discount. Day, reversal, on, Asia plus London low swept, reverse back to the opposite pool, session/NYO highs. Timing, the New York AM session primary kill zone, session eligible true, news not blocked, CAD CPI is -74M and past. The 14.0 USD leading index is low folder, not my driver. Miss 6B, stale wake revalidated. Crude oil, wake coalesced. Miss 6E, wake coalesced. Gold, wake coalesced. The NASDAQ, wake coalesced. Passed on Miss 6B, confidence 32, standing aside. Stand aside. The mandatory element is missing, displacement equal false, checklist 4.5, gate.stat has displacement equal false, with no confirmed structure shift close break fair value gap on the reversal leg. The sweep to displace to retrace enter algorithm is incomplete, and an order block is exactly what would encode that displacement. Compounding it, 1. P stuff sheet, D narrative PT zone is EQ, and ICT only longs in discount. At equilibrium there is no premium/discount edge. Miss 6E, stale wake revalidated. Still wake coalesced. Crude oil, stale wake revalidated. Passed on Miss 6E, confidence 28, standing aside. Passing on this one. The higher time frame spine is clean, long, discount. The New York AM session kill zone, low swept, but the mandatory ICT confirmations are missing. displacement is false. There is no confirmed close break expansion up off the sweep yet, so the structure shift that would validate the reversal long has not printed. Scorecard 4-5, miss equals displacement. Crude oil execution selected. Skipped crude oil, edge gate. The NASDAQ, stale wake revalidated. Passed on crude oil, confidence 72, standing aside. Scorecard is 5-5, grade A+, all gates pass, the New York AM session kill zone, London low sweep, displacement up, bullish smart money technique aligned at the low and a ranked demand PD array in discount, never against H28 DAR D, in discount, never against H28 DAR. Long and long only in discount both satisfied. I take the long off the 7:40 order block, 79.55, 79.95. The demand block at the London low sweep, its fair value gap 79.95, 80.23 unmitigated. Reversal back to the opposite session draw on liquidity. The honest caveat is, fill risk, price has already reclaimed 1.73 above the 7:40 block, so a deep pending retrace risks cancellation. Prior lesson, hence fair value gap edge, 80.23. Rather than the deeper order block edge to improve the touch, stop under the block low 79.55. Passed on the NASDAQ, confidence 34, standing aside. Short is the only permissible side. Never trade against the weekly higher time frame short, and price sits in intraday premium above NYOEQ 28,979, and the spine looks strong on paper. Sweep of the session highs done, the New York AM session kill zone, prior week low draw open. But two mandatory quality checks fail on inspection. One, smart money technique. The reversal short needs a fresh bearish LHHH divergence AT, the swept high. Instead, the only recent smart money technique this morning is bullish near 29,000, actively arguing the working low is in, and price wants to expand UP, which is also exactly what the counter RRH weekly profile is calling. Gold, stale wake revalidated. The S&P 500, wake coalesced. Still, wake coalesced. Bitcoin, wake coalesced. Ethereum, wake coalesced. Passed on gold, confidence 22 standing aside. No A+ short exists. Three ICT gates fail together. 1. Location. The higher time frame read wants short, but price is in discount. The low NYL equilibrium, 4,026.15, and ICT only shorts from premium. Selling here is selling into the sell side draw, not from a fresh supply array. Still, stale wake revalidated. RB, wake coalesced. The S&P 500 stale wake revalidated. Passed on SL, confidence 28 standing aside. Stage 3 fails the mandatory gate, displacement is false. Scorecard 4-5, explicit miss equals displacement, has displacement equal false. Without a confirmed displacement leg, there is no structure shift confirmation, and ICT forbids entering on a sweep alone. The confluence grade is C, well under the A floor the fused gate demands. Miss XB, wake coalesced. Crude oil, wake coalesced. The S&P 500, execution selected. The S&P 500, verify divergence. Skipped the S&P 500, edge gate. Bitcoin, stale wake revalidated. Passed on the S&P 500, confidence 63, standing aside. Top-down higher time frame is short, A. With weekly, daily, and session all aligned, the only descent is the low-tier 000 profile, counter, drawing prior week high, a named caution, not a veto. Reversal day type is ON, and this is a clean session liquidity reversal. Asia and London both swept their highs and reversed, then New York rated the 7,552 2.25 high hat and displaced down. Sweep and displacement confirmed. Premium zone, the New York AM session kill zone. News clear. For the entry I favor the 17-0 order block, bearish supply at 75,757 at 0.257,057 at 57 at 4.75, sitting exactly on prior day high 7,557 at 4.757 at 4.75. A retrace up into that block runs the buy side above yesterday's high and offers premium supply to sell back toward the open sell side draw at the 7,490 session lows, and ultimately prior week low, prior day low 7,473, a clean 2R path. Ethereum stale wake revalidated. Passed on Bitcoin, confidence 22, standing aside. No valid short entry vehicle exists. The scorecard prefers short, higher time frame weekly short, premium draw to prior week low off a clean high sweep with bearish smart money technique, but every live order block is bullish demand below price. Bearish order block count equals 0. The ranked best is the 1030 demand block, 1,140 points under at 63,285, a long anchor. A short reversal towards 63,820 prior week low needs a supply order block above 64,425 to sell a retrace into. There is none, so there is nothing to anchor the entry. Miss Sexy, wake coalesced. RB, stale wake revalidated. Passed on Ethereum, confidence 16, standing aside. Hard gate deadlock, no A+ trade. One. Higher time frame bias is long, each D after +1, so I cannot short, yet the only live proximate structure is bearish. London swept its high into 1008.98. The best PDA rate is the 655 bearish order block, supply 31 points above, and the freshest smart money technique is a bearish divergence at that high. Two. I cannot long either. Resolved PCHD zone is premium. Price 1008.63.5 above the weekly EQ 1008.51, and ICT only longs and discount. The only discount demand blocks 10.10.835 blocks sit 47.55 points below with no sweep/smart money technique trigger, and against the daily session short. Gold weight coalesced. The Nasdaq weight coalesced. Passed on RB, confidence 31 standing aside. The scorecard mechanically grades as A+55, but the core ICT rules contradict each other here, and that contradiction is the stand aside signal. Higher time frame is long, yet price at 3.1916 sits in daily premium at trouble of the 3.153 daily mid. I can only buy in discount, so a long from here is a premium long. More importantly, the weekly updraw is already spent. Prior week high, prior day high 3.226 was hit and rejected, so the scorecard's own draw on liquidity flipped down to prior week low, and the reversal daytime points bearish. -1. Miss 6B, stale wake revalidated. The S&P 500 wake coalesced. Passed on Miss, confidence 38, standing aside. Bias, sweep, and smart money technique all line up for a long, but the mandatory displacement is absent. Checklist 4-5. Gate has displacement equal false. There is no confirmed close break, fair value gap structure shift off the London low sweep, so there is no validated demand order block to anchor a long entry. Price is sitting at NYO equilibrium PD zone X mysus, not in clean discount, which violates the only long and discount rule for a fresh entry. Timing-wise, it is still early week. The conviction window is closed, weekly conviction window at false. Wait for the expansion leg, and the classic Tuesday low profile expects the manipulation low tomorrow, not today, so chasing the up leg now is premature. Crude oil, stale wake revalidated. The Nasdaq wake coalesced. Crude oil, execution selected. Skipped crude oil, edge gate. Miss 60, stale wake revalidated. Passed on crude oil, confidence 70, standing aside. Take the long off the 1030. No, the 930 order block demand 81.1481.52, which encodes the New York AM session displacement leg. Fair value gap 81.27, 81.36, up out of the swept London low. Price at 81.68 has reclaimed above the order block, so enter shallow at the order block edge rather than a deep pending retrace. Per the prior lesson that deep fills cancel once price reclaims well above the swept low. Gold stale wake revalidated. Passed on Miss 60, confidence 38, standing aside. Mandatory displacement is missing. Scorecard 4-5. Gate has displacement equal false. No confirmed close break fair value gap shift after the low sweep. So the structure shift leg of sweep to displace to retrace to enter is not yet validated. Without it, the reversal long is unconfirmed. Compounding this, the ranked IPDA best is the 630 bearish block above price, a short array. While higher time frame only permits longs, the only executable demand is the older 7-5 block down at 1.1434 minus 1.1439, not a fresh New York formed order block. Time and context is also early. Weekly narrowing expects the working weekly low to form Tuesday. London, the New York AM session. Judas, extreme confirm X false, and weekly conviction window all false. Early week conviction all false. Early week wait for the expansion leg. The Nasdaq, stale wake revalidated. Passed on gold, confidence 22 standing aside. No executable short entry despite the scorecard's mechanical 5-5. Every tradable bearish order block sits far above price. The nearest is the 1425 order block at 4776 minus 4083, 72 points up. And the scorecard's best 1055 order block is 262 points away at 4265 minus 4274. None are reachable retracements for a short from 4007.5. Taking a short here means selling into the London low target with no proximate IPDA to anchor entry stop, i.e. CL, wait coalesced. Bitcoin, wait coalesced. Ethereum, wait coalesced. The Nasdaq, execution selected. Skip the Nasdaq, edge gate. Passed on the Nasdaq, confidence 72, standing aside. All 5 ICT stages validate 5-5 grade A, higher time frame short and reversal day type OWIN. And the New York AM session kill zone and high sweep with displacement and aligned bearish smart money technique, use clear. Best IPDA is the 840 order block. Bearish supply 2009,121.75 29,182. Score 80. Carries its own fair value gap sitting in premium of the NYO range above current price. The correct place to sell a retrace back into the swept highs. Shorting the retrace up into the 840 order block toward the still open weekly draw at prior week low 28,408.25, with NYO low 28,765.5 as the first objective, gives clean its 23-2R. The S&P 500, stale wake revalidated. RB wake coalesced. The S&P 500 execution selected. Skip the S&P 500 edge gate. Passed on the S&P 500, confidence 78, standing aside. Full 5-5 ICT confluence grade A. Stage 0, higher time frame short, weekly anchor, daily plus session to agree. Price and premium at NYLEQ, only shorts permitted. Stage 1, reversal day type, executable, continuation is off, targeting the weekly DESI draw at prior week low 704723. Still stale wake revalidated. Charting preventive. Charting preventive reload. Charting preventative done. Passed on asile, confidence 32, standing aside. Mandatory element fails, displacement is absent, checklist 4-5, gates, I as displacement equal false, grade C. The one ICT algorithm needs sweep to displace to retrace to enter. The high sweep and aligned smart money technique are there, but with no confirmed displacement structure shift, there is no validated leg to retrace into, so the sequence is incomplete. The only ranked PD array on the correct, short, side is the 11.5 order block of at 59.6560.05, 2.85 points, 57 average true range ticks above 57, far outer proximity, not a live retracement. RB, stale wake revalidated. Skipped Ethereum, stale wake invalid. Mystic C, wake coalesced. Charting recover skipped. Crude oil, wake coalesced. Passed on RB, confidence 28, standing aside. Stand aside, the scorecard grades A+, but is internally incoherent. The only executable model, reversal, DIR -1, points SH or ET toward the flipped prior week low draw, while the sole actionable structure, swept lows in bullish smart money technique and the 735 demand order block, is a long, which only fits Kentagito disabled and would be a premium long. No supply order block exists to anchor the sanctioned short. Timing is weak. Monday manipulation day, low conviction tier, conviction window false, right day false, and the weekly bearish reversal high isn't expected until Thursday. Extreme confirmed false, too early to sell the turn. Skipped Miss 6B, stale wake invalid. Crude oil, stale wake revalidated. Miss 6E, wake coalesced. Passed on crude oil, confidence 34, standing aside. The scorecard grades this A+ 5.5, and every mandatory element validates for a long kill zone, low sweep, displacement, bullish smart money technique, bullish PD array, but the holistic top-down read is conflicted and I stand aside. 1. Drawn liquidity is incoherent with the only tradable side. Both prior week high and prior day high are already swept, so the higher timeframe draw has flipped down to prior week low prior day low, yet the discount preferred side rule blocks the short and the session long would be reversing back up into a spent, already taken high. The scorecard itself sets A-type DIR X quant -1, reversal down to prior week low, while pointing at a bullish order block, two nested reversals fighting each other. Miss 6E, stale wake revalidated. Gold wake coalesced. Gold, stale wake revalidated. Passed on Miss Zeke's confidence 22, standing aside. Top-down higher time frame is long A+ stack with the weekly draw to prior week high open and prices in discount the bias and P-ray D zone permit along. But the ICT algorithm fails at stage 3-4. Displacement is missing. 4-5. Miss. Displacement. Price is still selling down into the NYL power of 3 low at 1.1439 on the 5-EM, with a fresh 750 bearish order block stacked above, so the market is in the manipulation down leg, not the reversal up leg. Passed on gold, confidence 34, standing aside. Mechanically, the scorecard reads 5-5, but there is no A+ trade to take here. The short move already delivered, the New York reversal swept the Asia NYL high, and price has just tagged the London low 4006.2 this macro, so the easy session R is gone. To short the continuation toward prior week low, I would need a retrace into a bearish order block, but the nearest supply is the 1425 order block up at 476.6, 4083, 73 points / 1.3 average true range above price, and the scorecard's best block, the 1055 order block at 4273, is 263 points away. Neither is approximate on a standard T, taking one means either. There is approximate on the standard T. Taking one means either. The S&P 500 execution selected. Skipped the S&P 500 edge gate. Passed on the S&P 500 confidence 78 standing aside. Clean 5-5 A grade reversal short. Top-down, higher time frame short, weekly anchor, daily plus session agree, draw on prior week low 7,000, 47473 still open. Sweep to displace to retrace. To enter all validate. Buy-side liquidity above Asia London highs was swept and rejected. The 835 order block encodes the displacement break and fair value gap, and bearish smart money technique versus M&Q prints at the swept high. The NASDAQ execution selected. Skip the NASDAQ, edge gate. Passed on the NASDAQ, confidence 72, standing aside. Full ICT pipeline validates 5-5 grade A. Stage 0, higher time frame short, weekly anchor, daily plus session degree, drawing to prior week, low 28,000, 0.25 open, 56.4%. Price and discount relative to the draw. At stage 1, reversal day type executable model ON. Passed on Miss Skixby, confidence 32, standing aside. No trade. The directional story is genuinely long, weekly A+, prior week high draw open, seasonality and commitment of traders confluent, and London swept its low and turned up. But the mandatory ICT element is missing. Displacement, gates dot has displacement equal false. Checklist 45, miss equals displacement. Passed on SL, confidence 30, standing aside. No trade. The mandatory element fails. Displacement is false. Scorecard 4-5, sole miss equals displacement. So the sweep to displace to retrace to enter chain is not confirmed. There is no clean structure shift to anchor the reversal. Confluence grade is only C. The smart money techniques sweep kill zone are there, but the spine isn't A+. Passed on Bitcoin, confidence 28, standing aside. Stand aside. The scorecard mechanically reads 5-5 and short, but the setup has a fatal structural flaw for execution. There are 0 bearish, 0 bar H, SO high order block counts. Order block counts bullish 8, bearish 0. Every ranked order block, the 1030, 835, and 1120 blocks, is bullish demand sitting 901,700 points, 02 price. RB, stay awake revalidated. Passed on Ethereum, confidence 22, standing aside. Higher time frame wants long toward prior week high, but every intraday tell, dailies bias New York session, London H sweep drawing to 1,843.5, commitment of traders sell 6M, weekly narrowing THU R0V, Burr, Bleen short, a textbook conflicted, grade C red Burr 0 Burr, BER lean short, a textbook conflicted grade C red. The one long side confluence, bullish smart money technique, and low sweep. Has no usable entry. Price is 1,861 at equilibrium, while the nearest demand order block, the 10-10 block, 1,812.5 minus 1,820, sits 45 seats below in deep discount. I'm not at a PV array, and taking a long here would violate the discount only rule. Going short is barred by the never trade against Furl rule. Passed on RB, confidence 22, standing aside. Conflicted, non-A+ context, stand aside. The scorecard surfaces a premium long off the 735 order block, but that fails the hard ICT rule. Long only in discount, PD zone equal premium, and more fundamentally, has no draw. Prior week high, prior day high were swept yesterday, so both weekly and daily draws have flipped down to prior week low, prior day low, prior day low. Weekly conviction calls the up expansion spent. Weekly narrowing is 95% Thursday bearish reversal, and July seasonality is bearish. Every higher time frame vector points down, so chasing along into a taken high is exactly the trade to filter. The NASDAQ, weight coalesced. The S&P 500, execution selected. Skip the S&P 500, edge gate. The NASDAQ, stale wake revalidated. Passed on the S&P 500, confidence 72, standing aside. Full ICT stack validates 5-5 grade A. Higher time frame is short, weekly anchored, daily plus session agreeing, with a draw on prior week, low prior day, low 7,047.23 open at 59.4%. This is reversal day and the reversal model is executable. Timing is prime. The New York AM session, primary kill zone, AM silver bullet, news clear, CAD CPI already printed, only a low importance US leading index nearby, no blackout. Crude oil, wake coalesced. Ms. 60, wake coalesced. Ms. 6B, wake coalesced. The NASDAQ, execution selected. Skip the NASDAQ, edge gate. Passed on the NASDAQ, confidence 72, standing aside. Textbook 5.5 A grade, the New York AM session reversal short. Top-down, weekly to daily to session, all short, grade A. IPDA discount overall, but the entry sits at premium, the 840 bearish order block, 29,120, 120, 129,182, above NYOEQ 28,970, 979, satisfying short only from premium. Stage 1 reversal model is ON. Stage 2 timing is prime. The New York AM session silver bullet, session eligible. Crude oil, stale wake revalidated. Passed on crude oil, confidence 34, standing aside. Sweep to displace to smart money technique, all fire for a long off the 740 order block in discount, and the scorecard stamps A plus 55, but the read is not honestly A plus. The weekly draw to prior week high is already hit, weekly conviction, expansion likely spent, draw still open false, and prior day high is swept, so a long has no open upside draw on liquidity to reach. The nearest pools NYOEQ 81.875, prior day high, prior week high 82.08, R1 doubt 75, prior day high, prior week high 82.08, R1 Y21 4 above 81.68, no N120R runway. The scorecard's reversal day type points steer -1 to prior week low, a short, which contradicts both the discount PD zone and the low sweep side, so no clean short exists either. Ms. 60, stale wake revalidated. Ms. 60, execution selected. Skipped Ms. 60, edge gate. Ms. 6B, stale wake revalidated. Passed on Ms. 60, confidence 63, standing aside. Top down all long, HTF Duras 1, discount P/D, the New York AM session primary kill zone, reversal model on, news clear, 5.5 checklist A+. The one honest reservation I flagged for the mechanical gate. This is early week manipulation phase. The Mon-on-Trake's low profile is a 0.3% freak read. Weekly conviction is wait for the expansion leg, tier low, conviction window false, and weekly narrowing expects the true weekly low to form Tuesday. Extreme confirmed false, so the swept 1.143 low may not yet. The only anchored long PD array is the 8.5 order block, which sits far below price in deep discount rather than at the live displacement. A clean retrace into order block entry, but distant, so the reversal has to hold 1.1438 first. Gold, wick coalesced. Gold, stale, wake, revalidated. Passed on miss XP, confidence 22, standing aside. Standing aside. 3 ICT gates fail the honest read despite the A+ headline. 1. Displacement is missing. Checklist 4-5. The miss is displacement. Gates. Has displacement equal false? The structure shift that confirms the reversal simply hasn't printed, so there is no validated entry trigger. SIL, wake coalesced. Bitcoin wake coalesced. Ethereum wake coalesced. RB wake coalesced. SIL stale wake revalidated. Passed on gold, confidence 24, standing aside. Stand aside. The scorecard fires 5-5 mechanically, but grades only C, and the honest read fails on execution and location. One. No tradable short. Every bearish order block is far above. The best, the 1055 order block, is 266 points overhead, and the nearest bearish order block, 4076.4, is 76 points away. Bitcoin, stale wake revalidated. Passed on SL, confidence 34, standing aside. No A+ short here, so I stand aside. 2 mandatory quality failures dominate. One. Displacement is missing. Scorecard gates, task displacement equal false, checklist 4-5 with displacement the miss. Without a confirmed displacement leg, the structure shift confirmation the entry model depends on is absent, and displacement is a non-negotiable element of the algorithm. The S&P 500 wake coalesced. Passed on Bitcoin, confidence 24, standing aside. The narrative wants a short, higher time frame weekly bearish premium reversal toward prior week low, and the sweep displacement smart money technique boxes tick 5-5, but there's no coherent entry to anchor it. Every tradable order block is bullish demand sitting far below price and discount, the best ranked being the 1030 order block down at 63,186, 36,3,030.96, 35 points under 64,230.32. There are 0 bearish supply blocks above price to short from. Taking the 1030 bullish block would be a long, which violates the higher timeframe short bias and the premium only short rule, so it is off the table, and I have nothing on the correct short side to enter. Ethereum, stale wake revalidated. RB, stale wake revalidated. Passed on Ethereum, confidence 18, standing aside. Stand aside. The pipeline does not produce a clean, one-directional A+. Read higher time frame weekly is long. Draw to prior week high. But daily and session both lean short, and the ranked best PD array is the 655 bearish order block above price. a short which is illegal against the weekly long HTF DRAB. To take the sanctioned long I need discount and a bullish smart money technique at a swept low. Instead, price is dead at NYO equilibrium and the freshest smart money technique is bearish. RB, execution selected. Skipped RB, edge gate. Passed on RB, confident 68, standing aside. The 735 order block is the freshest demand. It formed on the displacement that lifted price off the 3.142 session low sweep. Carries and fair value gap. 3.1509, 3.1532, and is the scorecard's best PD array. Score 58. Sweep to displace, to retrace, to enter validates 5-5, the New York AM session kill zone. Low swept, bullish smart money technique versus MCL. At the low, displacement confirmed by the order block itself. The S&P 500 stale wake revalidated. The S&P 500 execution selected. Skip the S&P 500 edge gate. Passed on the S&P 500 confidence 78, standing aside. Clean A+, the New York AM session reversal short. 5-5 scorecard. Top-down, weekly anchored higher time frame short, grade A. A reversal day type toward the open prior week, low prior day low draw at 7,473. 59.62%. Stage 3 validates in full. New York swept the Asia and London highs. Re-extension to 75,552.25. Lows untaken. A recent bearish smart money technique divergence prints at that swept extreme, and displacement is confirmed by the 835 bearish order block with its fair value gap. The NASDAQ, execution selected. Skip the NASDAQ, edge gate. Passed on the NASDAQ, confident 76, standing aside. Textbook the New York AM session reversal short and a clean 5-5 a scorecard. Sweep to displace. To retrace, to enter all validate, the session rated the Asia and London highs and the NYO high. 29,192.5, displaced down via the 840 bearish order block. Hour with fair value gap, and MES smart money technique diverged at that swept extreme. Higher time frame is short across weekly/session, with prior week low open at 56.4% as the draw, the reversal targets the opposite session pool cleanly. Crude oil, execution selected. Skipped crude oil, edge gate. Passed on crude oil, confidence 62, standing aside. Top-down, higher time frame is long A+, and the 740 order block formed on a clean London low sweep and displacement in the New York AM session kill zone, with a mandatory bullish smart money technique at 79.55 and price in discount. The low, NALU EQ 81.875. A valid sweep to displace, to retrace, to enter long anchored on the 740 block toward the untaken. Honest caveats keeping this from a true A+. The weekly/daily draw already flipped down. Prior week high, prior day high taken. Weekly conviction tier low, expansion likely spent. A bearish smart money technique just printed near 82 as the up leg stalled and price sits 1.9 above the block, so the retrace to the 79.95 80.23 fair value gap edge risks. Net. A real reversal long worth submitting, but a moderate conviction one. Let the gate size it small or filter it if the retrace doesn't come. Miss Seexby, stale wake revalidated. Passed on Miss Ixie, confidence 38, standing aside. The intraday scorecard reads 55A+, discount long, London low sweep, bullish smart money technique, displacement, the New York AM session kill zone, and the direction is correct, but two things kill the entry quality. First, there is no coherent proximate demand array to anchor along. The only bullish order block in the ranked list is the 8-5 block down at 1.136, 31.136, 31.1368, a month-old, 73 pip distant level. Entering there means price must collapse back through the London low and prior week low 1.1406. Which would invalidate the very reversal I'd be trading. The live reversal is happening at 1.1438, 1.1441 with no referenceable order block there. Passed on Ms. XB, confidence 34, standing aside. Stand aside. The mandatory displacement element feels xScorecard.setup.displacement equal false and gates.has displacement equal false, checklist 4-5. The miss is displacement. No confirmed close break expansion means the structure shift that authorizes a reversal long is not yet printed. The sweep plus smart money technique alone is not a trigger. Passed on gold, confidence 18, standing aside. No actionable short exists. Two hard problems. 1. Location. Price 4009.2 sits in weekly discount, below the 4037.75 prior week high, prior week low mid. ICT permits shorts only from premium. Initiating a short from discount for a prior week low is selling into the give back, not the premium array. Passed on SIL, confidence 22, standing aside. Stand aside. The mandatory structure shift is missing, displacement is false, scorecard 4-5, sole miss equals displacement, and displacement order block is a non-negotiable confirmation of the reversal, so there is no validated shift to sell. Gray to C, well below the A gate. Passed on Bitcoin, confidence 24, standing aside. The top-down read is a clean short, lean, higher time frame weekly short, premium peacefully D-zone, high side sweep, displacement, and aligned bearish smart money technique. All validate the reversal down thesis toward prior week low. But there is no executable short entry. Every ringed order block, all 8 including the 1030 and 835 blocks, is a bullish demand block sitting 1,006,000 plus text BIC price. There is not a single supply resistance order block above price to anchor the short. the scorecard's best PD array, the 1030 bullish block, is a long entry, and taking it would be against HTH the air and long in premium, a double ICT violation, so it is off the table. Passed on Ethereum, confidence 22, standing aside. No executable A+ read. Higher time frame direction is long, preferred side long, draw prior week high open, so I cannot take the top ranked 655 order block short that trades against HTAT-DEN, a hard ICT veto, and the counter weekly conviction warning stacks with it. The long side is the sanctioned direction, but price at 1570.5 is at NUAO equilibrium in the premium/draw zone. TBCO premium, and ICT only permits longs and discount. RB, stay awake revalidated. The S&P 500, wake coalesced. The NASDAQ, wake coalesced. Crude oil, wake coalesced. Me6E, wake coalesced. MIST-B, wake coalesced. RB, execution selected. Skipped RB, Edgegate. The S&P 500, stale wake revalidated. Passed on RB, confidence 68, standing aside. Sweep to displace, to retrace. To enter all validate, both sessions swept the NYO low 3.142. With a bullish smart money technique at the low, displaced up, the 735 order block encodes the close break and fair value gap, and price is retracing back toward that demand. The 735 order block, 3.145, 3.1544. Sits BR daily SYO equilibrium, i.e. in discount, so entering the long there satisfies the pieces to real even though spot 3.1873 is currently premium. I would not chase the long up here only off the 735 discount order block. The S&P 500 execution selected. Skip the S&P 500 Edgegate. The NASDAQ, still wake revalidated. Passed on the S&P 500, confidence 76, standing aside. The 835 order block is the A+ short. It formed on the displacement leg that broke structure down after the New York AM session swept the Asia/London session highs into 7,55522.25, and it carries a clean fair value gap. 7,542.5 minus 7,545. It sits in premium, above NYOEQ 7,521.5. On the correct side of price, top ranked at score 74.7, and it is set up DDRA, .best. Everything in the scorecard validates. 5-5 checklist, grade A, reversal model, ON, kill zone / session eligible, sweep high and displacement and bearish, smart money technique, all present, and the read point straight at the open weekly draw, prior week low 7,047.33. The NASDAQ execution selected. Skip the NASDAQ. Edge gate. Crude oil, stale wake revalidated. Passed on the NASDAQ, confidence 72, standing aside. Full ICT pipeline validates 5-5, higher time frame short A, into an open prior week low draw, reversal day type is ON. The New York AM session killzone / silver bullet timing, session high swept with mandatory bearish M&Q-ish MES smart money technique and displacement encoded by the 840 bearish order block. I'm entering the 840 order block. The highest ranked PD array scores 74.78 with fair value gap sitting above price in daily's power of 3 premium, exactly where a short belongs. News is clear, no blackout, no window. Crude oil execution selected. Skipped crude oil, edge gate. Miss 60, stale wake revalidated. Passed on crude oil, confidence 72, standing aside. Higher time frame is A+, long stacked and price swept the London New York session low at sessional 0.55 with bullish smart money technique versus RB. Confirming the raid, a textbook reversal model long from discount. I'm anchoring to the 740 order block ID1. It's the freshest in-session demand, formed on the New York Reclaim high score fair value gap at 79.5, directly beneath price at 1.7 to 9.955, directly beneath price at 1.75 points, and its low IS the swept session low, so the opposite side of the order block, stop rides just under the grade. Passed on missed 6, confidence 40, standing aside. The narrative is a clean A+ long, higher time frame +1 stacked, discount the New York AM session reversal, London low swept and flipped up, draw to prior week high open. But there is no valid long entry anchor at price. The ranked best PD array is the 1340 bearish block up at 1.16, wrong side for a long, a ranking artifact. Miss 6B, stale wake revalidated. Gold, we coalesced. So, we coalesced. Bitcoin, we coalesced. Ethereum, wake coalesced. Gold, stale, wake revalidated. Passed on BISXB, confidence 32, standing aside. Higher time frame bias is genuinely A+ long, but the intraday trigger fails the mandatory ICT checks, so this filters out. Three problems. 1. Displacement is mandatory and absent. The scorecard reads 4-5 with the miss being displacement. There is no confirmed structure shift close break off the swept low. 2. The mandatory bullish correlated pairs smart money technique is not present. Recent Miss XA divergences are all bearish, so there's no LL/HL confirmation for a long. RB, wake coalesced. SIL, stale wake revalidated. Passed on gold, confidence 14 standing aside. No executable short. Three hard problems. 1. PCD violation. ICT permits shorts only from premium but prices in discount, having already made most of the downmover. 2. No anchored entry. The best ranked bearish array is the 1055 order block up at 4265, 4265, 4274, 256 steps away and unusable. And even the nearest unmitigated bearish order block is 4068, 55 plus points overhead versus an at a grade C, needs A+, a heavily conflicted bias, daily plus profile counter, Monday low convictions counter weekly conviction, and London already target friction, hence London already T target. Reversal spent, and this is a stand aside. Passed on SL, confidence 22, standing aside. No trade. The one ICT algorithm is sweep to displace to retrace to enter, and the mandatory displace and Lackaman leg is missing. Checklist 4-5, gate has displacement equal false. The session rated the highs but has not printed a confirmed close break and fair value gap structure shift to the downside, so there is no validated reversal to enter. Confluence grade is C, which fails the A-grade fusion gate outright. Bitcoin stale wake revalidated. Ethereum stale wake revalidated. Passed on Bitcoin, confidence 38, standing aside. Top-down read is a clean, higher time frame short reversal in the New York AM session, weekly short, premium reversal day type prior week low draw open, and bearish smart money technique at the swept session high. But there's no executable structure on the correct side. Every order block is bullish/demand, bearish count equals 0, all sitting 946,000 points DIY price. So there is no supply resistance PD array to short from. The scorecard's best array is the 1030 bullish order block, ID 0. A demand block 1,170 points below price, a long entry that would violate higher time frame short and amounts to a continuation dip buy, and continuation is off. Passed on Ethereum, confidence 28, standing aside. No A+ trade here, this is a textbook stand aside. The fatal conflict, higher time frame bias, is long, weekly anchor, reversal long toward prior week, high 1,955, but prices in a premium PAD zone, 1,860, 8.5 versus Nilo EQ 1,870.5, daily plus draw premium. ICT is absolute. You only buy in discount and only sell in premium, and you never trade against HEP-DRA. RB, stale wake revalidated. Passed on RB, confidence 32, standing aside. Stand aside, the setup is internally conflicted and violates the hard ICT gates in both directions. The intraday session model wants a reversal long off the swept low via the 735 bullish order block, 30.145, 3.1544. but price at 3.1743 sits in a premium dues NDCO DBZO daily / PDZO draw, both premium and ICT forbids longs in premium, plus that long would be chasing a weekly up expansion that weekly conviction explicitly calls spent after prior week high was. The honest higher time frame red is bearish. Draw flip to prior week low, only Thucity quid weddish reversal profiles alive at 95%, bearish seasonality, recent bearish smart money technique, but a short is blocked by the never trade against H Bauer rule, HEFDR +1, and the weekly high isn't confirmed until Thursday, extreme confirmed H Files 1, and the weekly high isn't confirmed until Thursday, extreme firmed H Files false. The S&P 500, execution selected. Skip the S&P 500, edge gate. Passed on the S&P 500, confidence 77, standing aside. A plus the New York AM session reversal short. Top down weekly short grade A, reversal day type ON. Killzone valid, sweep and displacement and aligned smart money technique equals 5-5 checklist. The 835 order block is the highest quality PD array, score 74, unmitigated bearish supply and fair value gap, sitting in premium at 7541.57, 1541.57, 1551.5, directly above the swept Asia/London highs. The Nasdaq, execution selected. Skip the Nasdaq, edge gate. Passed on the Nasdaq, confidence 68, standing aside. Clean 5-5 reversal short, the New York AM session killzone, session high swept, bearish smart money technique confirmed, displacement encoded in the 840 order block, bearish supply, score 73, fair value gap present, highest ranked PD array. Side matches preferred side short and the entry sits in premium supply above price while the draw stays open to discount prior week low 28,408.25, internally consistent A-grade read. The 840 order block is the proximal supply to sell the retrace into. System owns exact levels. Miss 6C, Wake coalesced. Miss 6B, Wake coalesced. Crude oil, execution selected. Skipped crude oil, edge gate. Passed on crude oil, confidence 63, standing aside. Trusting the scorecard spine 5-5, A+, all gates pass but overriding the raw score best order block, its 0 is stale, 11 peats away for the live intraday anchor, the 740 demand order block at 79.55, 79.95, with its 79.95, 8 at 79.9580, 0.23 fair value gap is the exact origin of the displacement off the London low sweep and sits in discount below in UAEQ. Long is the only ICT legal side here. HTA is long and price is in discount, so a short is forbidden by the hard rules despite the flick down weekly draw on liquidity. Mandatory elements validate, killzone, the New York AM session / silver bullet, low sweep and displacement, bullish smart money technique at 79.55, PD array present. MISIXI, stale wake revalidated. Passed on MISIXI, confidence 22, standing aside. Mechanical scorecard reads 55A plus reversal long, but the live structure does not support it. Price is printing a fresh New York session low at 1.1432. This bar inside a sustained bearish AM displacement, no bullish up displacement, no claim, no confirmed reversal. Recent smart money technique is uniformly bearish, so the mandatory bullish divergence at the swept low is missing. MISIXI, stale wake revalidated. Passed on MISIXI, wise not near point line chest, standing aside. Top down, the bias is clean, long, and we are in the New York AM session silver bullet kill zone with a session low sweep, but two Mando theory ICT elements for the reversal long fail. K to D to run. Displacement is falsy. Scorecard gates not has displacement equal false 4-5 checklist, the single miss. Price is still sitting on the swept 1.3438 low, with no confirmed close break / upshift, so this is catching a knife, not entering a confirmed retrace. Two. Smart money technique is bearish, not bullish. The recent divergences all print bearish, so there is no LLSHL confirmation at the low that a real reversal long requires. Gold, stale wake revalidated. So, wake coalesced. Bitcoin, wake coalesced. Ethereum, wake coalesced. RB, wake coalesced. SIO, stale wake revalidated. Passed on gold, confidence 18, standing aside. No A plus short exists despite the 5-5 mechanical checklist. Four disqualifiers. 1. G-rate C. Bias confluence net -1 at only 0.35 with daily and profile counterstacked long. This fails the N quotafile counterstate. Two. No proximity entry. Every ranked bearish order block is far overhead. The 1055 order block sits 254 points away at 4,269, and even the nearest bearish block, the 1425 order block near 4776, is 60 points up, unreachable in the remaining kill zone at 5-5 image, true range. Passed on SL, confidence 32, standing aside. No trade. The reversal short skeleton exists. ASA plus London highs swept. The New York AM session kill zone. Higher time frame short toward prior week low 55, but the mandatory element fails. Displacement is false. Checklist is forced draft with the miss being the structure shift confirmation itself, and overall grade is only CC though. Without a confirmed displacement leg and fair value gap, there is no validated close break to enter behind. Bitcoin, stale wake revalidated. Ethereum, stale wake revalidated. Passed on Bitcoin, confidence 22, standing aside. timing, sweep, displacement, and bearish smart money technique all line up for the New York AM session reversal short toward the weekly prior week low draw. But the trade is not anchorable and the confluence is thin. There is not a single bearish order block available, bullish 8/bearish 0. Every ranked PD array is a demand support block 901,700 plus points dubbed board price, i.e. a long entry that would trade straight against the weekly short bias and against the premium/discount roll. The S&P 500 wake coalesced. The NASDAQ wake coalesced. Passed on Ethereum, confidence 22, standing aside. No take on an internally contradicted read. Higher time frame / preferred side is long, but prices in premium 1,866 above Norio EQ 1,870, Forio 1,870.75 region, prior day high 1,884 just hit. ICT forbids longs in premium, so the with bias trade is off. The only executable structure is the 655 bearish order block up at 1,891,891.8. But that is a short against HT8DHTR long and against preferred side HEF long forbidden. RB, stale wake revalidated. Crude oil, wake coalesced. Passed on RB, confidence 29, standing aside. Genuine top-down conflict, so I stand aside. The scorecard prints A+, 5 - 5 - 5, long off the 1035 bullish order block. Swept New York low and displacement and fair value gap. But that red fights the higher time frame narrative, with prior week high already taken. The weekly draw has flipped down to prior week low. Weekly conviction flags draw spent expansion likely spanch, and weekly narrowing puts THU Valsner powered expansion likely spent, and weekly narrowing puts THU REV Domshire B air. Critically, price 3.1897 sits at power of 3 equilibrium in the premium zone, TB-EZO PD zone. ICT only permits launches and discount, so a fresh long here into a spent premium counterdraw bounce violates a mandatory element. The S&P 500, stale wake revalidated. The S&P 500 execution selected. Skip the S&P 500 edge gate. Passed on the S&P 500, confidence 73, standing aside. Full ICT stack validates 5.5 grade A. Stage 0 narrative, higher time frame short into prior week low, and the short entry sits in premium. The 835 order block at 7,541.5, 7,551.5 is above new IO EQ 7,551.5. Even though spot is in discount, correct PHD for a short. Stage 1, reversal model is ON, and this is a textbook buy-side sweep to reversal to the opposite session pool. The NASDAQ stale wake revalidated. The NASDAQ execution selected. Skip the NASDAQ edge gate. Passed on the NASDAQ confidence 72, standing aside. clean 5-5 A-grade reversal. Stages all validate top-down higher timeframe short stage 0 reversal model ON with draw to prior week low open. Stage 1, the New York AM session killzones silver bullet. Stage 2, a session high sweep and displacement and aligned bearish smart money technique. Stage 3. Enter short off the 840 order block. Best ranked PD array, score 71.3, carries its fair value gap at mean threshold, stop the far edge, targeting the unhit NYO low, then prior week low, prior day low. Crude oil, stale wake, revalidated. Gold, wake coalesced. Gold, stale wake, revalidated. Passed on crude oil, confidence 29, standing aside. Conflicted narrative, stand aside. The only ICT legal side is long, FDR +1, discount counts, no short permitted, and the sole bearish order block from the 3-5 formation sits 2-point tops overhead. But every fresh signal points the other way. The weekly draw has already reached prior week high and flipped down to prior week low. Weekly narrowing leads a Thursday bearish reversal at 70%. So the with higher timeframe long is a second bite chase of the spent-up draw into fresh bearish momentum, while the momentum-aligned short is forbidden in discount against higher timeframe. Passed on gold, confidence 28, standing aside. Stand aside. The reversal short direction has real backing, weekly short anchor, sweep of the session high, aligned bearish smart money technique, discount draw to prior week low seasonality, which is why the scorecard tallies 5-5, but it grades C and the executable read fails the A+ test on several counts. One, there is no shortable order block within reach. Every bearish order block sits 67 315 putes above price. The best 1055 order block is 257 putes away. The nearest 1425 block still 67 putes up. So a short here can only be anchored to a distant premium array price as no signal of retracing to. Missixy, execution selected. Skipped Miss-X, edge gate. Miss-6B, stale wake revalidated. Passed on Miss-6E, confidence 72, standing aside. Top down, higher timeframe daily lawn A+, reversal day type. Discount PHE zone, the New York AM session silver bullet macro live, 555 on the scorecard checklist. Kill zone, sweep, PD array, displacement, smart money technique. The one ICT algorithm validates. London swept sell side, its low and prior day low. Into the New York Open, smart money technique divergence sits at the lows and displacement is encoded in the demand order blocks below. This is a clean sweep to displace to retrace to enter to buy the discount toward the open weekly draw at prior week high. Only demand order block in the shown set on the correct side is the 8-5 order block. 1.136 Threminus, 1.1368. So I anchor there. It is far below 68 ticks, so the systems planner will likely favor the deeper unmitigated bullish order block at 1.1421/. London low reclaim for entry proximity. My OBREF is the anchored fallback entry model order block midpoint. Passed on MISC's B, confidence 33, standing aside. Top down the narrative is clean long. Weekly A plus stack, discount, prior week high draw open, and timing is prime the New York AM session silver bullet, but two mandatory ICT elements fail. One, displacement is missing. The scorecard reports displacement x-placement false, so there is no confirmed structure shift off the London NYO sell-side sweep. The reversal leg has not proven itself. Two. Smart money technique is the wrong polarity. The only recent MISCS-BIS, MISCS-EM, MISCS-E divergences are bearish to the 1.347, 1.3480 highs. There is no fresh bullish divergence at the 1.3436 swept low, so the correlated pair confirmation or reversal long requires does not exist. Passed on S-Isle, confidence 32, standing aside. Standing aside. The keystone is missing. Displacement equals false. Checklist for 5, grade C. So there is no confirmed structure shift leg. The mandatory sweep to displace to retrace chain never validated on the short side. And ICT says no displacement means no trade, regardless of the sweep and smart money technique. The best ranked PD array, the 11.5 order block, is a supply block of at 59.6, 560.05, 2.82 points, header 5, 16 average true range above price. That is not approximate short entry, it is a magnet the week hasn't reached, and shorting the reversal here would mean selling into discount below the draw, with nothing to lean on. Passed on Bitcoin, confidence 22, standing aside. The scorecard grades the C and the fatal flaw is stage 4, entry. Higher time frame is short. We are in premium. Day type is reversal toward prior week low. The correct trade is a short of a fresh bearish PD array at a swept high. But every single order block in the book is bullish, below demand. There is not one bearish supply block to short from. Passed on Ethereum, confidence 22, standing aside. Both sides are gated out. The reversal model is long directed up toward prior week high, but price is in premium. The ICT premium/discount rule forbids longing here, so the highest ranked PD array, the 655 bearish order block above price, points Jory-esh, and a short is against the weekly higher time frame long anchor. Long is blocked by zone, short is blocked by bias. No rule valid trade exists. The NASDAQ way coalesced. RB way coalesced. Crude oil, execution selected. Skipped crude oil, edge gate. RB, stale wake revalidated. Passed on crude oil, confidence 67, standing aside. Top-down stage 0 narrative is higher time frame long, A plus stacked, PD zone at EQ with the order block entry sitting in NYO discount, a valid long location. Stage 1 day type is reversal, executable model equals ON. Stage 2 timing is prime, the Newark AM session kill zone. AM silver bullet, macro 105011, 105011 session eligible, news not blocked. Passed on RB, confidence 20, standing aside. No trade, the session gate is dispositive. It is 11:01 ET. The scorecard places timing in the New York lunch hour session. Lunch gates, session eligible, false, and ICT rules mandate no understraight through lunch. 11 Ezra-Romanis 13:30 to avoid the chop. The 5-5 checklist in A+ grade do not override an ineligible session. Passed on the S&P 500, confidence 72, standing aside. The read is genuinely A+ 5-5 ICT checklist, higher time frame short and discount, dual sessions swept highs and reversed, bearish smart money technique confirmed, and the A35 order block, it's 0, the best ranked bearish PD array at 7,555 of 41.5 7,550. 1.5 is the clean entry above price toward an open prior week low draw at 7,473. But stage 2 timing kills it. It is 11:02 ET. The clock is crossed into the New York lunch hour 11:00 13:30 and gates session turbo hours 11:00 13 F30 indicates session eligible is false. ICT rule is non-negotiable. Avoid the lunch chop. No trade regardless of setup quality. The NASDAQ. Stay awake, revalidated. Passed on the NASDAQ, confidence 72 standing aside. The read is genuinely A grade and short, higher time frame is stacked bearish, weekly stash S, OW -1. The New York session already rated its high with confirmed bearish smart money technique at 29,192.50 and displacement, and the 925 order block sits unmitigated above price and premium as the ideal PD array entry scorecard best, score 75.62, fair 25.62, fair 20 miss. 5 of 5 checklist elements validate. Buwu, timing kills it. It is 11:02 ET. The New York lunch hour and gates session eligible is false. Passed on Miss Krill, confidence 0 standing aside. Mechanical timing gate fails. It is 11:03 ET. The New York AM session has closed, and we are in the New York lunch hour, 11:00 13:33. ICT roll is hard, lunch orange, no trade to avoid the chop, and gates session eligible is false despite the A+ 5-5 scorecard. A beautiful higher time frame long discount / reversal read toward an open prior week high draw is not a license to trade the wrong window. Mystic Speed, stay awake, we validated. Passed on Mystic Speed, confidence 30 standing aside. Stand aside on timing. The narrative is genuinely A+, higher time frame long, discount, prior day low, London low, sweep with smart money technique aligned, draw to prior week high open at 73.1%, and a clean bullish PD array in the 635 order block below price. But it is 11:03 ET, squarely in the New York lunch hour, and gate session eligible is false. ICT mandate is no. Trade through lunch chop, no exception. Passed on gold confidence 33 standing aside. Stage 2 timing kills this. The clock is 11:03 ET, and xscorecard.timing.session resolves to lunch with gate set session eligible ASCO false. The New York lunch hour 11:00-13:30 is a hard no trade window per the ICT rule set. Avoid the chop. Passed on SL, confidence 22 standing aside. No trade timing gate fails. The scorecard classifies the session as lunch with gates.session eligible all false, and ICT rules make the New York lunch hour 11:00-13:30 a hard stand aside to avoid the chop.